Hey guys, and welcome back. After, God, had to have been 2 hours of technical difficulties, I am finally bringing you guys a new video on Warframe, actually. And it is my current build on the new Frame Octavia that came out. For console players, I believe she came out in the end of April or start of May. I'm not 100% sure. She's the newest frame in the game. And she's one of the weirdest frames they've ever given us, but probably also one of the best frames they've given us as far as buffs go and as well as a lot of other things go. So I'm going to show you my build that I've been playing with. It's not a complete build, but it is 0 Forma, so it's something that if you're just looking to play with her sometimes, it's something you can somewhat use. Like I said, it's not completely finished. Before I am done, I'm actually going to put on, I believe, Transient Fortitude. Yeah. I'm going to put Transient Fortitude on it before it's all said and done. I just haven't leveled her up all the way yet. Because you want power, strength, efficiency, duration, and range. You want all of them modded as best as you can. Now with my build, I try to keep it down to no formas, but a potato in them, you know. I always put a potato in every frame that I build, not necessarily every weapon that I build. So the build is a level 7 narrow-minded because you don't want your range brought down too far. And remember, this is all for a 0 Forma build as well. And then a max rank continuity, a prime flow, or flow, doesn't really matter which you use there because she already has a huge power either way you go. Stretch, like I said, to balance out the range because you do want range. And if I put Forma in her, I would also add an overextended to her as well to bring the range up. But because of the game modes I play, I don't really use the range too much. And then an Intensify and a Streamline. Now, the reason we're not using Fleeting Expertise is because that brings down duration a lot. And duration plays a key role in her build as far as her first ability and her fourth ability go. Honestly, as far as all her abilities go, because of her buffs as well. Anyway, guys, yeah, that's my build. Add a Transient Fortitude on the end at rank 30, and there you have her. Now, what I'm going to show you guys is the different buffs that Octavia can actually do, and as well as how long they can last with this build. So let's get her energy, and first of all, I'm going to show you guys kind of the core idea around Octavia, as far as I've collected so far. So you want to put down your first ability, which is Mallet, and then your fourth ability, and it actually multiplies the radius of her Mallet from the first ability. It also, you can see the 195, 177 up at the top right next to your health. That's actually a damage buff that Octavia's fourth ability does to anybody standing in its radius. So this, you know, ant beat going on the floor here. So that's a damage buff as it is. Now, she's also got another damage buff for just regular buff. So you spawn Metronome, which is her third, and then you shoot along with the beat on the floor, and you guys can see Opera up there at the top right. That's her actual damage buff, and with this current build, it lasts for about 15 seconds each time you do it. So that is the damage buff. For the speed buff, you want to jump with the beat. That's the Vivance thing up there. And that's actually a speed buff. And this actually isn't the easiest thing to do, jumping along with the air. Because she doesn't necessarily land with the beat. So it's a little, you know, weird playing with it. But you guys get the idea. You jump with the beat, and that's her speed buff. And it's not much of a speed buff. It doesn't make her much faster. You guys can see only 19% faster up there. So it doesn't make her too much faster anyway. Now, the buff that's probably the most useful with Octavia is her invisibility buff, which you just crouch to do, and you can pretty much keep it going endlessly. So, you just crouch with the beat, and she goes invisible for 15 seconds. And then as soon as it runs out, you literally crouch with the beat again, and you literally go right back invisible for another 15 seconds. And something that's interesting with Octavia's invisibility that you don't get with Ashe or Loki's invisibility is she actually does not trip wires. So, you know, lasers in the doorway or anything like that, she will not trip them with her invisibility. So that's something that's pretty interesting too. Now, the melee buff that she has, I probably won't be able to show you guys because my Shindo is too slow to really do it. But you basically do the same thing with the beat of her metronome, and you can, well, there you guys see, and it brings up melee damage. So they're all different buffs that she has. Now, the ones you get with metronome, if I'm not mistaken, you can only give to Octavia. However, the damage buff from her 4th ability goes to everybody standing in the radius of it. Now, I'm going to show you guys the... You know, I might as well show you guys my Tenora build too, because they go together. However, I haven't really built it up yet. I plan on taking this build much further. I just haven't played around with it yet. Like I said, I was still trying to level up my weapons and stuff. This is one that I definitely will be formatting and using, because you guys can see all I have is a rank 8 Serration, a rank 5 Vital Sense, a rank 6 Heavy Caliber, and a rank 5 Point Strike, right? I don't even have the rest of, you know, the standard mods there, okay? And I'm gonna go ahead and just spawn in, you know, one of these just executioners, I guess, because I don't really have, I don't really have a lot of stuff. I actually just finally unlocked my simulacrum. So, we'll do that, and we will simulate one of these guys. Now, the thing I like about this weapon that they added kind of recently into the game is the 2 different ways you can attack. Her regular attacks, which are with, you know, that. Then she's got this charged attack that, just with those 4 mods, does, you know, this kind of damage is something, you know, that's, you know, 40's not necessarily a high level, but, I mean, that's a pretty decent damage for a not even fully modded or ranked up weapon. Now I'm going to show you guys the difference between that by itself and that with the damage buff on as well. So we're going to probably add 3 of these guys, and we'll simulate them, and then we'll add this damage buff to her first. You guys can see just with that damage buff, 5,800. You guys can see it does crazy, crazy, crazy damage, as it is, okay? And then we'll drop this, alright? And if we can find the douchebag, sorry guys. With this down on the ground, she basically does twice as much damage with this weapon. And it's not even fully modded, okay? It's crazy. I've gotten, you know, 20k crits off of a barely modded weapon at all. That's insane, you know? So I definitely plan on putting Formas into this just to see how high I can really get this damage to go. However, guys, that is my very, very basic Octavia build with her Tenora. I have not built the Pandero, I want to say is what it's called, the pistol that she came with as well. However, I have these two things built, and she is an amazing frame. By far, one of my favorite frames in the game to date. Only getting really topped by a few of them, which would maybe be Valkyr and Nova, and Frost Prime is pretty great too. But anyway, guys, yeah, that is my basic Octavia build. I'll pull it up on the screen one more time for you guys to see it. And that's basically it for this video, guys. I know I kinda mumbled a bit. You guys probably haven't watched this far into the video. However, this is a basic zero Forma starter build for Octavia. I figured I would show you guys, you know, somewhat of a lower end build, because a lot of the builds you'll see on YouTube are, you know, 3 Forma, 4 Forma, 6 Forma, you know, crazy end game builds that not everybody necessarily is going to be using. So I figured I'd show you guys more of a lower end Octavia build that's still really great and still works, you know, up to, honestly, I've had this build work in missions that were, you know, like the sorties even. Like, it's worked for sorties before, so it's a really decent build. The Tenora is a very, very, very good weapon. I suggest anybody who has not built that weapon yet, build it and shoot charge attacks. The full auto attacks aren't too great, but the charge attacks are amazing, okay? I'm talking 15k, 20k crits at base damage. It's crazy. Anyway, guys, if you like the video, leave a like. Comment on what other builds you guys would like to see, please, and I will get to them as quick as I can. I would like to do more videos like these. I just need to know that you guys want them, and I will make them. So, yeah. That's about it, guys. I will see you guys in the next video, and until then, peace out.